Listening to g9ija News. g9ija News.
Wow, welcome to another exciting moment with your wonderful channel g9ija TV. All right, hope you slept well. Hope your night was great. Hope you have some hopes and optimism in our country, Nigeria. We'll keep bringing you latest news, trending news, information that would help you get informed, stay enlightened, and of course, stay ahead of the curve right here from the studio of g9ija TV. I'm your regular host, Dr. Champion. All right, for the trending, we have the breaking news from the Nigerian Labour Congress, which is almost in every national daily. And of course, Nigerian Labour Congress speaks on fuel price increase, according to the Premium Times Nigeria. NLC speaks on fuel price increase. And we have yet another news. Nigeria, China sign MOUs on Belt and Road Initiative, nuclear energy others. Nigeria, China sign MOUs on Belt and Road Initiative, nuclear energy others. All right, and of course, away from there, we have yet another interesting news from the Vanguard newspaper. Survivors of Boko Haram attack in Mafa village recount ordeals. Survivors of Boko Haram attack in Mafa village recount ordeals. Of course, this is a clarion call, a wake-up call to our security agencies to please beef up security in Nigeria and, of course, engage more synergy within security agencies so that we can have insecurity nipped on the bud and become a thing of the past. All right, that's an unfortunate one. Our heart goes out to all the victims of Mafa village, all the victims in Mafa village, victims of Boko Haram. We pray that someday this will be a thing of the past. And away from there, we have China African Summit 2024. What is in it for Beijing, Xi Jinping, and Africa? What are the things that are expected to benefit Xi Jinping, Beijing, and all of us in Africa? Okay, from the business, g9ija, Nigeria, Indonesia to strengthen investment, trade partnerships. Nigeria, Indonesia to strengthen investment, trade partnerships. And from the cable news, who is Andrew Winnie? Britain declared wanted for funding terrorism in Nigeria? Question mark. Who is Andrew Winnie? Britain declared wanted for funding, quote unquote, terrorism in Nigeria. And from the Punch newspapers, we have PDP governors knock Wike, insists Fubara is Rivers party leader. Take that again from the Punch newspapers, bold headline, PDP governors knock Wike, insists Fubara is Rivers State party leader. And from the Daily Post Nigeria, release Gambian, we want to settle. Binance begs Nigerian government. Release Gambian, we want to settle. Binance begs Nigerian government. Increasing agricultural productivity will reduce malnutrition in Nigeria, according to Bill Gates. Increasing agricultural productivity will reduce malnutrition in Nigeria, according to Bill Gates. And from the Vanguard newspapers, we have federal government vows to flush out bandits as minister, chief of defense staff, others storm Sokoto state. Federal government vows to flush out bandits as minister, chief of defense staff, others storm Sokoto state. And of course, still on the Vanguard newspaper, of course, we know the reasons why they have decided to go to Sokoto state, of course, to stem the tide of insecurity there. The federal government yesterday, through the Minister of Defense, Dr. Bello Matawalle, vowed to flush out bandits and other criminal gangs terrorizing the Northwest in compliance with the President Bola Tinubu's directives to troops of Joint Operation Hadarin Daji. This came as the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, General Christopher Musa, and other top military officials arrived Sokoto State yesterday, aimed at leading a military onslaught against the bandits and other criminals ravaging the Northwest region. The minister and his delegation, including the Chief of Defense Staff, CDI, including the Chief of Defense Intelligence, CDI, and other senior military officers, were received on arrival by the General Officer Commanding GOC 8 Division, Brigadier General I.A. Ajose, and Force Commander of the Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji. Recall that the federal government last Friday directed the military to relocate its command structure to Sokoto State, tackle the increasing banditry activities, asking the CDS to oversee the efforts at bringing an end to the banditry terrorizing communities across the Northwest. Speaking after a closed-door meeting with the operation commanders of Joint Operation Hadarin Daji at 8 Division Headquarters Sokoto, Matawale said the Ministry of Defense will provide all needed support and encouragement to the troops in the war against terrorists in the northwest of Nigeria. According to him, when Sokoto State, in compliance with the presidential directive to flush out terrorists and other criminal gangs terrorizing Northwest, I'm optimistic the operation will bring an end to Bello, Tunji, and all others that give citizens of the region a sleepless night. That is our prayer and that is our hope that someday insecurity will be a thing of the past. And of course, I hope that government will continue to work with private individuals to ensure we have great synergy, collaboration with, of course, the military, the police, and everyone whose interest is in fighting insecurity to the standstill. And as we wrap up the news headlines, we have, of course, a feedback from the Nigerian Labour Congress. Okay, let's quickly take this bold headline. Nigerian Labour Congress speaks on the increase of fuel price. The NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, has said it feels betrayed by the federal government following Tuesday's increase in the pump price of petrol at NNPC limited fuel stations. The NLC, in a statement by its president, Joe Ajero, said one of the reasons for accepting 70,000 naira as a national minimum wage was the understanding that the pump price of PMS would not be increased, even as we knew that 70,000 naira was not sufficient. Premium Times reported that NNPC's petrol stations across Nigeria increased their pump price of petrol from about 600 naira to about 897 naira. No official reason for the increase has been given, but the state-owned oil firm recently lamented that it could no longer sustain the petrol price. NNPC Limited is currently the sole importer of petrol into Nigeria and spends billions of naira monthly to subsidize the product. In his statement, Mr. Ajero said President Bola Tinubu, during negotiations for the minimum wage, had given the NLC two options: either 250,000 naira as minimum wage, subject to rise of pump price between 1,500 and 2,000 naira, and 70,000 naira at old PMS rate. He said the NSP chose the latter option, which is that of 70,000 naira, and retaining the old PMS rate, but only for it to be confronted by Tuesday's increase in petrol price officially. Here we are barely 1 month later with the government yet to commence payment of the new minimum wage, confronted by reality we cannot explain. Mr. Ajero added, describing the situation as both traumatic and nightmarish. The NLC president further criticized the government's approach to resolving the fuel subsidy issue, arguing that labor movement had foreseen the challenges but was dismissed by officials who accused them of lacking understanding of basic economics. He also linked the fuel price increase to what he described as a pattern of betrayal by the government, citing similar unfulfilled promises regarding electricity tariff hikes. Mr. Ajero condemned the government's broader economic policies, which he said had led to widespread hardship and triggered protests such as End Hunger, End Bad Governance demonstrations. He accused the government of responding to dissent with repression, including arrest and charges of treason against protesters. The clandestine increase in the pump price of petrol is the first among Equally sinister policies the government has upped its sleeve, he warned, vowing that NLC would not be intimidated. The NLC demanded the immediate reversal of the fuel price increase, the release of all those arrested during recent protests, and called on government to put a halt to the indiscriminate detention of citizens. The NLC also demanded an end to policies that engender hunger and insecurity, electricity tariff hikes, and an end to what he described as the government's culture of terror, fear, and lying. And that's the update from the Nigerian Labour Congress. Okay, it's rather unfortunate that even though the NLC has stated this assertion, the NNPC has officially told us on papers that 897 naira would be the pump price for PMS. However, we've had PMS prices overrated and sold at exorbitant prices at different filling stations across the country. Some sell for 1,000 naira, some sell for 1,100, and some sell for 1,300 naira. We'll bring details of that in our subsequent bulletin of g9ija TV network. And of course, please stay safe, stay educated, stay informed, stay healthy. Remember that drinking water a day keeps the doctor away. Remember to take on your fruits and vegetables. Remember to wash your hand properly, wash your hand frequently, and avoid contact with infected persons carrying communicable diseases. Till I come your way, same time, same channel. Keep watching g9ija TV. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, YouTube channel, very, very important. Subscribe, like this video, share this video, comment. We promise to make this more interactive. And of course, to ensure that we keep bringing you quality content across the g9ija TV network. So I come your way, same time, same channel. I remain your regular host. Dr. Champion is my name. Bye for now.